Guys, it's Sarah, and today I want to go through a few TV shows that I have recently been binging and finished up some seasons, finished up some shows completely. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about some of the things that I have been consuming and really enjoying lately. I have a whole series of these videos, and I do have a playlist called TV shows, and I will link that playlist down below if you want to see any other things, but this is number 18. I started numbering them. So this is number 18 of some of the shows that I have binged. I will just binge a few shows, and then I will come back and let you know my thoughts on them when I have like a decent little group. I usually try to go to 5 or so. And some of them, I will say the same shows in different videos just because, I'm just catching up on one season or the latest season or whatever. So that's kind of how this whole series has been working. But I do have quite a few things to talk about because I have been watching some good stuff. Okay, so we will start off with a brand new show that is One Piece, and we watched this on Netflix. This is a show that is a live action show that is based on an anime show that is based on a manga series. So it started off as a manga, became an anime show, and now it is a live action show as well. Now, I knew what One Piece was because my husband has been a fan from the beginning. He doesn't read manga at all, but he watches anime all the time. That's his main form of entertainment is anime watching, and he has watched One Piece from the beginning. So years, I'm talking like decades even. That's how long the show has been on. It has over 1,000 episodes. It is still going strong. And he has seen every single one. He's up to date. He is like Sunday night, he's watching One Piece, the anime that comes out. And I knew what it was, but I had never watched it. My children knew what it was, but they had never watched it. And when the Netflix adaptation came out, we were like, you know what? Let's try this out. My husband was definitely going to try it out. And I was like, okay, I'll sit and watch it with you. And the girls wanted to watch as well. And we loved it. It was so entertaining. And my husband was filling us in a little bit, some of the details as it was getting started, because we're getting introduced to all these different characters in this whole new world and, what's happening and stuff. And anything that we had questions about, he was able to answer, which was really nice. But we loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was very entertaining, and it's a completely crazy world that makes complete sense. Basically, they're pirates, and they are all it's a whole bunch of different groups who are trying to find this one treasure that somebody has left. And our main character, Luffy, is convinced that he's going to end up being the king of the pirates. He's going to be the best pirate in the world, even though he is pretty much a nobody. And he's trying to build his own crew, and he's meeting people along the way. And it was just very, very entertaining. Zoro is my favorite character, if anyone's wondering. But yeah, it was great. So yeah, it was fantastic. We absolutely loved it. And then we watched Ahsoka on Disney+. This is another new series. So it's another Star Wars series on Disney+ and follows Ahsoka. This one wasn't my favorite, and it wasn't any of our favorites. And it was interesting because my daughter is a Star Wars fanatic. She has seen everything in Star Wars. And so she was really excited about Ahsoka because she loves Ahsoka. But even she was kind of like, I don't know, man. It got pretty interesting towards the end. There was kind of a big thing that happened towards the end that was really good, but that was kind of the best part of the whole series. It was a little boring, which I hate to say, but we did find ourselves kind of drifting in interest, and, we would let a couple episodes pile up versus being so excited to watch it every week. And it almost by the end kind of just felt like we were watching it because it's Star Wars and we need to know all the things. But were we actually enjoying it? Yeah, I don't know. But again, something really cool happened towards the end, which was awesome, but that was about it. So a little disappointed in that one. Again, this is one season, and I don't know if it's been picked up for season 2 or not. Not sure if they're going to make more. I'm not 100% sure about that. Don't know that we have news on that or not, and I haven't done my research on it, but we did watch it. We felt a little underwhelmed. Wasn't our favorite. And then my husband and I watched the Wheel of Time TV show, which is on Amazon Prime. And I have all of those books by Robert Jordan. Have I read any of them? But my husband was interested, and we were looking for something to watch, and I was like, yeah, let's watch it. So We really liked it though, like really liked it. We thought it was really, really good. And this one is a fantasy world, and it kind of plays with not time loops, but like the resetting of a clock, and it kind of resets the world almost, and kind of that concept. It didn't get a ton into that. And the stuff that it did get into was a little bit confusing, so I will say that. But I really, really like the characters. I really, really like the acting in this one. It was really good. And, you know, a lot of things that were happening that were surprises. We were surprised left and right. And yeah, we ended up really, really enjoying it. So we watched the first 2 seasons, which are the only ones that are out. I, again, on this one, have not heard anything about a 3rd season. I'm not sure if it's going to be renewed or not. We'll have to see. Do a little bit more research into that. But what we saw, we really, really liked. And it did make me more interested in picking up the books at some point. I'm not moving it up to the top of my TBR by any means quite yet. But yeah, it was very good. And then I am completely now caught up on Yellowstone. That was a big one for me because I needed to finish season 3, watch the entirety of season 4, and watch the entirety of season 5, part 1. So that's all that's available right now. I have completely caught up on it. And this one you can watch on Paramount. And I really was up and down with this for a while. There were parts of it that I didn't like, or that I thought were just kind of boring. So I fast forwarded through a few things here and there. Just when certain characters would pop up or certain situations and storylines popped up, I found I didn't care. And I was like, get to the good stuff for me. So I did find myself doing that a little bit. But overall, I really do like the show. I really like the Dutton family. So this is a modern show that follows the Yellowstone Ranch, which is a ranch in Montana, and the Dutton family who owns that ranch and that land in Montana, and what they are doing to make sure they keep their land because it's in danger of being, purchased, and lengths that they will go to protect it and to protect their family, and doing all the things, and lots of bad decisions happening, but it makes for really good television. And the characters are fantastic. And yeah, I really enjoy it for the most part. Again, there's like certain storylines that I just didn't really care about. I didn't want to watch. And so I would fast forward through it and not really care about that stuff. But the stuff that I was really interested in was really good. And now there is going to be the final 6 episodes of this show will be coming out later on this year. I believe in November is the dates as of right now. That will air 6 final episodes, and then that's going to be the end of Yellowstone. There are spinoff shows that I can watch as well. I will do that at some point, kind of prequels, like same family, but earlier decades, earlier centuries. And so I'll definitely tune into those for sure. But yeah, so I am now completely caught up on Yellowstone. Everything that is out, I have seen. Okay, and then my husband and I watched together Only Murders in the Building, and we watched the 3rd season, which we hadn't finished. We started it and then hadn't finished it, but we went back and finished it. We love this show. It's so clever. It's a really, really smart show. And it is following 3 people who live in a building in New York, and a murder happens. This is like season 1 here. So a murder happens in this building, and then they become kind of obsessed with it, and they start their own true crime podcast and try to solve the murder. And it goes from there. And so you see these 3 people really form a friendship and a bond and a connection over it. And, you're kind of going through, and now we're in season 3. And it's really, really clever. And it's really funny because you have Steve Martin and Martin Short, who are fantastic always and forever. And Selena Gomez is so good. She is so good in the show. I honestly did not know that she could act that way, like the way that she's acting. And it's great. So I'm like, this really upped my respect and my enjoyment of Selena Gomez, but she is fantastic in it. And this season was really great because Paul Rudd was in it, who I love him so much. I have such a crush on him. And Meryl Streep was in it as well. And she, as always, is just a fantastic, fantastic actor. So we really liked it a lot. And we're ready for next season because they set it up. Very excited about it. It has already been renewed. This one is on Hulu. And yeah, there are 3 full episodes. 3 full seasons that you can watch. And yeah, it's great. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's so good. And then we were kind of flipping through something, trying to find something else to watch. And then we realized we were on Netflix and realized that we had not watched Witcher Blood Origin. It's the origin story of the first Witcher and how the first Witcher came about. And we kind of looked at each other like, we haven't watched this, have we? And my husband was convinced that we had. And I was like, I have not seen Michelle Yeoh in a Witcher. I don't know what you're talking about. And so we turned it on. He was like, oh no, we haven't seen this. I'm like, I know. And it was really, really good. It was only 4 episodes, so it went really quickly, but you see how the first Witcher came about, how the Witcher was created, and kind of like the bloodline and all that stuff and all the circumstances that made this happen. And then there's a whole bunch of things that were happening as far as groups of people coming together and worlds colliding and all that kind of stuff that gets explained in here. My husband knew a lot more about it because he's played the video games. I have not. I've only seen the TV show. So a lot got explained that he was able to tie back to video games. He was like, oh, this is this character and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I don't know who that is because they weren't mentioned in the TV show. But yeah, so he was kind of having a lot of fun piecing together some things. And so that was really cool to kind of see him process through all that stuff. But yeah, so it was really good and enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, there's only 4 episodes. So if you watch The Witcher and you want a little bit more context into the beginnings of it, definitely worth the watch for sure. And it's, kind of short, one and done type thing. And the last one is we watched season 2 of Loki, which is on Disney Plus. I struggle with Loki. And the reason I struggle with this TV show is because to me, it's extremely confusing. This one deals with time loops and time continuum. And it's, to me, I got so lost in I would watch it and I'd be like, I don't really know what's going on, but the acting's really good. That's about all I got. I was towards the end of season 2, I was kind of like, okay, I think I'm kind of starting to grasp this a little bit, but it took a very long time. The first season we didn't love, neither one of us. And we weren't even sure we were going to continue on. And then my husband was like, let's just give it a try. I'm like, okay. And so we did. So season 2 was better, I would say, than season 1 for sure. It was still just kind of, I wasn't fully invested in it. Therefore, I wasn't even fully paying attention half the time. But Loki, for me, I loved him in the Marvel movies because he is, he's a mischief. He's, the god of mischief, and he does that. And in the show, he's not doing that. And that's what I missed about him. I missed him, being Loki and, being what he is. So it's just a different side to him. And I didn't love that part of it. But Owen Wilson was great. He is in this as well. And, like I said, the acting is really, really good. And towards the end, I started getting a little bit more interested in it. So we'll see. Again, I don't know if it's been picked up for another season or not. I'm not sure about that. But we have now watched both seasons that are available on Disney Plus. Okay, guys, those are the TV shows that I have finished up over the past couple of months now since I did my last one of these. And I'll be doing another one probably actually not too far from now because we're definitely kind of in a groove of watching some shows and getting some stuff, consumed and watched and finished up. That's one of my big things this year is I want to finish up some things. I'm just in the middle of so many of them. And I kind of want to tie some things up. So I'm trying to focus on shows that I've already concluded and kind of getting those watched so that they're done and I don't have any more to watch ever because they're done. And I'm also wanting to just kind of catch up on some things that I haven't watched in a while that I've really been thinking about and have been on my mind. So yeah, so we'll see how it all goes. But hopefully I'll have another one of these for you in the next month and a half, and have some good stuff for you. So let me know down below if you have watched any of these TV shows. I would love to know. Let me know if you guys have tried any TV shows recently that are new or new to you that you've been really enjoying. I would love to know that. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.